we're going to make a motion detector, and for that we're going to need a wire coat hanger and something to cut the wire coat hanger with, like a pair of vice grips or even a hacksaw. And we're also going to need your battery pack with your batteries inside. Remember, the battery pack does have wires that come out of it. We're going to need some more wires. You're going to need alligator clip leads and an LED. And also grab a little bit of tape. Okay. The first thing we need to do is prepare your wire coat hanger. Now, if your coat hanger has a thin coating on it, like most coat hangers do, you'll need to get that off with a bit of sandpaper. The first thing you need to do is cut your wire coat hanger. By using vice grips, I can easily place the wire right here inside in the furthest part in of the jaws and cut the wire coat hanger quite easily. And I'm also going to cut it over here. Okay. I'm sure I'm going to use this wire for another science project, so I'm going to set that aside. Now, this is the wire that you want. Go ahead and make it a real loop, just like this. Okay? So I've bent the hook more into a loop. Now, on the tall side, I'm going to, the side that's longer, I'm going to bend that so it's roughly in this shape. Okay? So I've bent the hook so it's forming a loop, and I've also bent the long end so it's actually pointing straight up, and I'm going to bend it one more time. You can use vice grips if you need to. So it's straight over, the end of this is straight over the loop. Using vice grips, I'm going to make a small loop at the end of the wire coat hanger, the long end. And then I'm going to rotate it down. Now I'm going to suspend my ball chain from this top loop, and it's going to pass through the bottom loop. But I don't want the ball chain to make good contact up here, because that'll actually mess up and bypass this whole burglar alarm. So what I'm going to do first is I'm not even going to take off the insulation here. I'm also going, in addition, I'm going to put on a layer of masking tape. I'm actually going to wrap the wire itself in masking tape just as an extra precaution so it doesn't accidentally make contact with the rest of the switch. Okay, so just like that. Now inside this loop I'm going to put my ball chain in, and again I'm going to use a little bit more masking tape to secure that connection. I'm going to leave a small tail of the ball chain just hanging out so I can easily hook into it right there. Okay, so check the length. Make sure it does pass through the center, and make sure you've also got a tail and that the ball chain is not actually touching the coat hanger itself. If you're not able to find a ball chain, you can alternatively use paper clips that are chained together. And so I have 4 small paper clips here that I'm actually going to clip right in and see how it works. So remember, you do need a small tail hanging out from your paper clips, something to connect to, which I have right there, and the chain of paper clips needs to pass through your loop here at the bottom. I have my green wire connected to the other side of the LED here, and my red wire is going to go right onto that tail. Okay, and my light's already coming on. Okay, when the paper clips are right in the middle of the loop, the light doesn't come on. If, however, somebody opens your door or your robot moves that this movement sensor is on, the light already starts to light up. Okay, and when it's a solid connection, it goes on nice and bright, and when it's just tittering back and forth, you see the light starts to flutter. Okay, so there is your motion sensor. Again, you can use paper clips if you want. If you don't have access to a ball chain, which works great, you can make this larger, you can make it smaller. You can even try and see if you have enough current flowing through here to start your buzzer. Now, most coat hangers have a very thin coating on them, and you want to make sure you get that off with the sandpaper. Using your sandpaper, go all the way around and get all the plastic coating off, and it actually will change color. Okay, so instead of an LED, I actually have a buzzer here, and my paper clip's in the middle. When I have a motion over to the side, sure enough, my buzzer goes on. And when the paper clips are in the middle of the loop, nothing happens, but when they're on the side of the loop,